I have always been told that I am extremely extroverted, that I lack social battery, and that yes, I can be a harsh dreamer. I never knew that it would correlate directly to my personality type. An ENFJ is a person with the extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging personality traits. Wow. Yup, that's me. ENFJs make up 0.3% of the world's population. Cool. Didn't know what I was supposed to do with that. Hi you guys, welcome to or back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I recently took the Myers-Briggs test, and this is something that I have taken multiple times in my life as a sociology major and somebody with a background in psychology. And basically this is a test that will give you your given personality trait, and I have always gotten the ENFJ. I typically do more manifestation, day in the life, following your dreams type of content, but I really wanted to sit down with you and talk about my personality type because I feel like it really does resonate with me, because it does dictate who I am and how I feel and who I have become. The largest trait of the ENFJ, yes, the first letter, extroverted, is what resonates with me most. I do not like being alone. I do not have a social battery. I could be with people 24/7. In fact, when I am not with people, I hate it. I hate life. I do not like alone time, and I think that the pandemic really solidified to me that I definitely cannot sit with myself. It's not that I do not like myself, but I just love being around people. As an intuitive person, I love to absorb people's feelings. I love to talk to people. I love giving advice. I love knowing what makes people them. And I think this is why personality types are so intriguing to me, because I just love people. I love being around them. It doesn't even matter what kind of person you are. I truly do think that I can get along with any single type of person. And yes, this does become emotionally draining. For example, I just moved into a new apartment alone, and I actually just spent my first night alone a few days ago after a month. I had people flying in to visit me and stay with me in a studio apartment. Imagine 3 girls in a studio apartment for 2 weeks at a time. Different people, different groups of people, all great friends of mine, all very different. And I felt totally fine. In fact, when they left, I literally just sat on my bed like where do I go from here? Like, what do I do without people? Like, who am I without people? How do I live alone? This also ties into my tendency of being over social and not knowing when to say no to people. I struggle so hard with saying no to people, whether it be to go out, to help them with something, to go for coffee, for advice, anything. I just can't say no. It's not that I'm not a direct person, because I am. I just struggle so hard with saying no, especially if somebody is reaching out to me, and any of my good friends will definitely attest to this. I just cannot say no to anyone. Now this further goes into spreading myself thin. I don't know why I always feel the need to have so many things to the point where I'm almost gonna topple over, whether it be taking a new job, taking on a new role, taking on an extra course at school. I just don't feel like I'm doing enough unless I'm reaching my absolute threshold, and then I kind of go through this mental breakdown, and then I go back to my over extrovertedness and find comfort in people. And then that's another thing that I'm taking on, because I'm probably going out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then lacking sleep and going to work in the morning. And that is why I am a model. I have moved, I have a YouTube channel, and I also work remotely, and all of these things make up 24 hours of the day. And sometimes I just need more than 24 hours in a day, but I don't think that's possible. So maybe, I don't know. Now, yes, the dreamer aspect. I feel like I have tried to neglect this side of me. I have tried to go on the traditional path. I went to undergrad. I was supposed to be in law school right now. Inherently, I do feel like at my core, I just gravitate towards being a dreamer and having a purpose that is larger than just following that route. I want to be influential, and I want to use my experiences as a woman, as a minority, as an Indian just to be impactful, but I don't want to do it in a way that is minimized. I kind of want the entire world to see, and I guess that's why I'm on YouTube right now and why I create a lot of content on Instagram, over on TikTok. I just guess I want to be famous. I just have this perspective and this creative energy to reach my goals. My goals really revolve around modeling, content creation, having a voice, having a platform. I literally want to be on TED Talks one day, and I don't even know for what. I don't even know for what. There's just so many things. I just want to achieve my goals, and I feel like sometimes I cannot sleep because I just think about my goals, and sometimes these creative juices are flowing, and that's exactly what happened for today. I was messaging my friend Lydia because I was just so passionate and so intrigued about my personality type and hers, and how we're both rare and so opposite but get along. It was keeping me up at night, and this is why I just woke up and made this video. So ENFJ, yes, it is one of the most rare personality types, yet we are classified as being a strong people person. This is true. I am a strong people person. In fact, I cannot survive without people. The feeling of always wanting a greater purpose in life is what kind of keeps me going every day. I feel like it gives me a direction in my day. I wake up, I set tasks for myself, I blog, I post on Instagram, and I just want to have a further impact on this world. And I hate being alone. If I am alone, I'm probably posting on Instagram stories like a poll or something so that I can keep a conversation going. I'm probably on an AirPod walk with my friends, and I guess this is why a lot of things that you will find on the internet about ENFJs is that they are strong leaders. And I don't think this is because they have the ability to direct people. I think it's because they're such strong people persons, such strong extroverts that their social battery never runs out, so they never need that alone time, so they can persist in leadership and just create this environment where they can be leaders for a long period of time. And this is why a lot of ENFJs are coaches, politicians, leaders, famous people like Oprah, Barack Obama, Malala. All of these people have the ENFJ personality trait in common, and I do not think that it is a coincidence. Protagonist is another word for an ENFJ, by the way. When the world is silent, everyone's voice becomes powerful. This is a quote by Malala, one of my favorite ENFJs, and I feel like she has really used her personality type and her platform to make change in the world, and I want to do the exact same. I just don't know how. If you're an ENFJ and you are watching this and this is relating to you and you just don't know how, I feel you, sister. I constantly feel the need to vocalize my values, and this is why I get in a lot of problematic arguments and my beliefs, because I constantly want to speak up for what is right. If something happens to me on set as a model, I want to expose who did that to me. I want to expose a photographer. I want to protect women. I always get girls in my DMs talking about agencies and signing up as a model, and I'm constantly trying to speak up for what is right and use my experiences, especially as a brown woman, to direct them, and sometimes it can get me in a little bit of trouble. I don't come across as pushy though, I promise. And I think that it is my sensitivity and insight that guides me to kind of speak to people and guide them in a direction, even if they're not asking for it. And then I think intuitively I can just tell what people's intentions and underlying beliefs are. And I feel like I can grasp somebody's mind and heart very easily. And I think that this is a strength and a weakness because I really tend to absorb people's emotions and feelings. So being that extreme extrovert and being super intuitive and being super emotional, I think that sometimes I'm just carrying a lot of different energies, if that makes sense. I just love people. Like, if you see me on a night out, especially like at a club or a bar, I'm talking to every single person. When I was younger, I grew up in a really small town, and my parents constantly tell this story. Whenever I would go into the city or a big town, I would go up to almost every single person in the grocery store and say, "Ik karnia, O karnia," which means "who is that" in Punjabi, because I didn't understand and I couldn't fathom the idea of not knowing someone. And I don't know if this is my personality type or growing up in a small town where I knew almost everyone. I just couldn't fathom not knowing someone. So when I see someone, especially someone having fun, and I don't know them, I'm going to get to know them. And another tiring thing about being an ENFJ is that I constantly want to get involved. And when I get involved, I constantly want to change people's minds. And being an adult, I realize that that is not always feasible, but I still try and I still continue to do it, whether it be politics, which I know everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but I don't care, views on society, and I am always motivated to do what's right, especially if that has power over other people. And the thing is, who knows what's right? What is actually right? I think if anything, this conversation is highlighting that we are all born with a different personality type and different perceptions of what is right. But even when I disagree with someone, just because I am so extroverted and intuitive, I will still try to find common ground. I hate leaving a conversation feeling uneasy, and as a people pleaser, somebody who doesn't know how to say no, I want to leave feeling like I made an impact and I made a positive first impression. But getting involved with other people's problems isn't always a recipe for success. I find that sometimes I have this clear vision of what people should or shouldn't do, but I am not them. I feel like sometimes I push too hard and my loved ones and friends might feel judged because I can come on very strong. While ENFJs are known for being insightful and impactful and wise at times, I feel like ENFJs can also be misread. Even if the intention is good, I think that knowing my personality type, I could step back a little bit and let people figure out things for themselves because I am not them. I need to constantly repeat to myself, I am not them, I am not you. But I will always lead the way. I am a born leader. It is not a coincidence that Obama, Oprah, Ben Affleck even are ENFJs. I am just a born altruist and I do really want to do things for the greater good. I try to put my own interests aside sometimes. I try to be selfless and I really do want to be a leader in some way, and I don't know which way, but I always stand up for what I believe in. And this is why as a model, I want to have a very unique platform. I feel like I am more than just a mannequin, and I really want to only accept jobs that I believe in, only work with agencies that promote inclusion and diversity and don't push towards tokenism. And this is why I want to normalize conversations around modeling, around body image, around diversity, around cultural barriers that could prevent you from doing such things. I will always, as an ENFJ, be emotional, handle things with compassion, dedication, and care. It's kind of funny though, because even small day-to-day decisions hold so much weight for me, and I think that they are gonna make such a big impact. Like, do I want oat milk or soy milk in my coffee? But it's really not that deep. So I think that sometimes us ENFJs can really think that some things are the end of the world. Like, if somebody puts dairy milk in my coffee, I'm going to die. Or if I don't take on a certain role, the entire company is going to fail, even if I am an intern. I guess the world doesn't revolve around me. Like, sometimes if I'm not going out on a weekend, why do I feel like nobody else is gonna have fun? Like, why do I think that if I don't go to Lavelle on a Friday night, that it is gonna be vacant? It is one of the most popular spots in Toronto. Why do I think that me not going is going to make such an impact? I don't know. Maybe it's self-centeredness. Is that an ENFJ trait? Well, that was kind of a tangent, a very candid conversation. Thank you, Lydia, for inspiring this. I stayed up all night thinking about this, the depth of what it means for life moving forward. I grew up kind of neglecting this side of me. I grew up trying to be not so emotional, trying to be more of a jock, and I tried to really conceal this side of me that really wanted to lead. And I think that I neglected the affectionate side of me the most, and I think that that was the hardest, because I am a person who loves to be affectionate, hug people, tell people how I feel. I really am expressive. I started to become more in tune with that. A lot of my anxieties and stresses left my body. So I think that it is also useful to know your personality type and maybe take the Myers-Briggs test. I put it down below. Take it with a grain of salt. Maybe take it multiple times like how I have, and see if your result is the same every time. Because understanding myself and who I am is something that I am going to work at every day. I feel like knowing who you are, knowing your tendencies, and knowing those inherited traits. As a sociology major, I do think society and your upbringing and what you do, who you hang out with does change who you are. But I do think that there is something to say about personality type and how you gravitate and how you feel and what anchors you that can really be a tool for you in your future and in your life. How can I emulate these people and models that inspire me? People who have the same personality traits. People like Obama, Oprah, Malala, Ben Affleck. And as an ENFJ, how do I understand that I am not right? And how do I understand that no one is wrong? We're just all living through different perspectives, different lenses, different personality traits. ENFJ weaknesses: tendency to take things too personally, struggling to listen to their own needs, difficulty making hard choices. I am indecisive as trouble dealing with unforeseen issues. The world is not revolving around me and it's not working out. What? Okay. This was kind of a different video, so I hope that you enjoyed it. If you got all the way to the end of it, thank you for listening to that. Comment your personality type below if you know it, and comment what you want to see next. I hope that I can keep pushing my channel in a direction where I'm candid and real with you guys, and I love to take you along the life of an ENFJ, the life of somebody trying to find their purpose, and I will see you in my next video. Please subscribe. What?